Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, this constitutional amendment is another extreme attack on women and girls. It is part of a radical Republican agenda obsessed with banning abortion, safe, legal access to abortion care at the expense of the lives of women and girls in our state. It is no surprise that this constitutional amendment that puts the bodies of Iowa women and girls on the ballot comes at a time when the Supreme Court of the United States will be deciding the fate of Roe in the coming months. With the court newly shifted to a philosophy that puts anti-abortion extremism over Americans' rights to bodily autonomy. This is a dangerous moment. Americans and Iowans may very well see what it is like to live in a world without protections for the bodies of women and girls. This is the moment anti-abortion national lobbyists have been orchestrating for years. Today, we are looking at a word change in this constitutional amendment. What words could extreme anti-abortion groups use to convince voters to support an amendment that strips women and girls of their basic human rights, of their bodily autonomy? In this new version of the constitutional amendment, the word mothers has been removed. Isn't that ironic? Because mothers have been removed from the decision-making process of their own bodies with this resolution. Under this resolution, Republicans have decided that Iowa voters should decide who has control over the bodies of Iowa women and girls. Wow. Bodily autonomy has been a big conversation point this year. Should government decide if you need to wear a face mask to prevent the deadly spread of COVID-19? Should government decide if you need to get a vaccination to bring the COVID-19 global pandemic to an end in Iowa? Many of you have said no to both. No to wearing a face mask, and just recently in legislative overtime, you said tyrannical government should not force you to get a shot in your arm. You protected your nose, your mouth, and your arm. I am simply saying a woman's body deserves protections as well. But now you want to turn over women's bodily autonomy to Iowa voters. Somehow forced pregnancy is a different story for you than a face mask or a shot under any circumstance, including rape, incest, or the life of a mother. I would never dream of putting your body on the ballot to let voters decide if you have any constitutional rights to it. This is not a game. This is serious. Iowans see what's happening. They know the Supreme Court of the United States has shifted to a hostile stance on abortion access, even though it's out of step with Americans who overwhelmingly support keeping abortion legal. 77% of Americans support the right to safe, legal abortion care as protected under Roe. It means a future of safe, legal abortion care may no longer be available to Iowans that we know and love who find themselves in a situation where they need access to care. This isn't about making Iowa a safer place to have a baby. In fact, it puts the lives of women and girls at risk. This constitutional amendment takes away personal decision-making power from women, taking away our freedom to make personal decisions about what is best for our bodies, our future, our families, and our pregnancies. This is about an all-out ban on abortions with no exceptions. This is about oppression, the oppression of Iowa women and girls. And when one group of Iowans is oppressed, we are all oppressed. We're oppressed because you're controlling our bodies instead of lifting us up through equality. Iowans don't want to go back in time without safe legal abortion care when women and girls died, because it's time to move forward. Safe abortion care must be accessible. Iowans, you know, and I know, the people that we love may at some point need access to safe abortion care. This is just part of a broader and even more extreme agenda where the focus will be on passing law after law to make legal abortion care inaccessible.